going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next? I'm Mike, your host, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Before I get started, guys, if you are new here, please subscribe if you haven't already done that. We're on the road to 83,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe and join the fam. And also, guys, go follow me on all my social media. Links are in the description. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat, so go follow me on all of those. And as you guys know, I recently started a Facebook account, so you can add me on Facebook, and we can be Facebook friends, so go do that. Link is in the description. And finally, be sure to turn on the notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you. But once again, I am coming back at you guys with another creepy video, and today we are talking about another scary story. A true scary story. And this scary story is called Summerwind. So, the story of Summerwind is about a haunted house, and this haunted house is in Wisconsin. Shout out to my buddies in Wisconsin. That has a terrifying history. It is often called the most haunted mansion in the world. That's a lot of place, guys. A lot of place. Whew, must be haunted. But enough of the jibber jabber. Let's get right over to the story. Summerwind. Back in the 1900s, Summerwind was called Lamont Mansion, and a man called Robert Lamont lived there with his wife. When Mr. Lamont moved into the house, the maids he employed told him that it was haunted, but he was a stubborn man and refused to believe in ghosts and the supernatural. However, something was about to convince him. One evening, as he and his wife were eating dessert in the kitchen, the door to the basement began to rattle and nearly shook off its hinges. Suddenly, the door burst open and the ghostly form of a man was standing there. Mr. Lamont took one look at the ghost and pulled out a pistol. The ghost swung the door shut and Lamont fired 2 shots in its direction, before fleeing the residence with his wife. The Lamonts abandoned the property that night and never returned. After remaining vacant for some time, the haunted house became the residence of Arnold and Ginger Hinshaw and their 6 children, who moved into Summerwind during the early 1970s. From the moment they set foot in Summerwind, the Hinshaws and their children started seeing vague shapes and shadows flickering down the hallways. They also claimed to hear the haunting sounds of muffled voices in the darkened, empty rooms. When they would walk inside, the noises would suddenly stop. Summerwind's windows and doors would often open and close on their own. Eventually, Arnold had to resort to nailing all the windows shut. On one occasion, Arnold was just about to get into his car to drive to work when the vehicle suddenly burst into flames. Most alarming of all was the ghostly shape of a black-haired woman that was often seen floating back and forth behind the French doors that led off from the dining room. During renovations on the house, Arnold Hinshaw removed a drawer from the fitted closet and discovered a hidden recess behind it. He could see what appeared to be the skeletal remains of an animal. The hole was too small for him to fit through, so when his children came home from school, he convinced his daughter Mary to crawl into the recess to see what was lurking inside. Poor Mary squeezed through the narrow opening, and then, all of a sudden, she started to scream in horror. She discovered that the remains were not those of an animal. It was actually a human skull, with strands of dirty black hair still attached to it. The grisly remains also contained an arm and a portion of a leg. Shortly after the horrifying discovery in the hidden compartment, things started to take a turn for the worst at Summerwind. Arnold slowly began to lose his mind, staying up all night long playing haunting organ music. His wife Ginger pleaded with him to stop, but Arnold claimed that the demons in his head demanded that he play. He often crashed the keys on the organ until dawn, frightening his wife and children so badly that they often would huddle together in one bedroom, crying and cowering in fear. Within 6 months of moving into Summerwind, Arnold suffered a complete breakdown, and Ginger attempted suicide. Arnold was sent to a mental hospital, and his wife took the children and went to live with her parents in Wisconsin. The mansion, once again, was left unoccupied. But not for long. Ginger's parents, Henry and Marie Bobber, decided to buy Summerwind House and planned to turn it into a restaurant. Ginger begged them not to buy the disturbing old place, but they refused to listen. When Henry Bobber attempted to renovate the house, he suffered countless problems. Every time they tried to measure the rooms, the dimensions changed drastically. It seemed as if Summerwind was gradually changing shape. After hearing strange voices and seeing ghostly apparitions, builders refused to work on the property. One day, Mr. Bobber was in the house on his own when he heard gunshots coming from the kitchen. He rushed downstairs and threw the kitchen door open, but it was empty. He smelled gunpowder in the air, but the only bullet holes he could find were the ones in the basement door lodged there from years before. Mr. Bobber was forced to abandon the plans to convert Summerwind into a restaurant and instead sold the building. In 1988, Summerwind was struck by lightning several times, resulting in a fire that destroyed much of the old mansion. Today, only the house's chimney stacks, foundations, and stone steps remain. The evil lurking in Summerwind Mansion had finally succeeded in destroying itself.
And that is the end of that. Now, I haven't done too much research on this place. Honestly, I'd never heard of it before, and I'm surprised by that because considering it's supposed to be like one of the most haunted places in the world, I would have thought that I would have heard about it by now, but obviously not. But this does sound like a terrifying place, and it's a place that I would love to go and visit someday. Definitely. I know there's not much there besides like the stairs and the chimney stacks and stuff like that, but I would definitely love to go and like do some kind of Ouija board there and just... oh man, can you imagine how, oh my god, I wonder what would happen, like what would happen if I did that, Ouija board, or even a spirit box session, or like EVP or something like that. I mean, if it's really as haunted as they say it is, I mean, this is apparently a true story too, so if it's really as haunted as they say it is, then surely something must go down. Like, how, man, I'm excited now. Like, I'd never heard about this place until this story. Now I just want to go and look on the internet and watch videos and see what's out there about this place. Let me know how many of you guys are going to do the same thing. But my question to all of you for question of the day is, what do you think would happen if I go there someday with like a Ouija board? Do you think I would get in big trouble, like something bad would happen? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. That is question of the day. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please slap that like button. Let's see if we can go for 79 billion likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. And if you guys didn't see my previous video, which was pretty creepy, it was about this kid who has an imaginary friend. Well, not really a friend, but it's something that he lives with. He knows about this thing, and then this kid's new to town. He makes friends with these two other kids. These two other kids have a sleepover with him one day in his house, and his imaginary friend Scotty is not so happy about that. So if you guys want to check that out, be sure to hit the outro when it comes on. Hit this little box right about here. It will take you straight over to that. Or if you just want to watch another random video, you can click this side and it will do the same thing. It will take you to a random video. But remember the most important thing of all, guys, chase your dreams. I love you all. Don't let anybody bring you down. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another video. Peace out.